I get asked all the time, do I need a mister? Do I need a fogger? What does a mister do? What does a fogger do? And I know with chameleon care, it can get a little confusing sometimes. So today I'm gonna be going over the differences and benefits of a mister versus a fogger so you can figure out which ones you need in order to provide your chameleon with the environment to thrive. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The two reasons why we use misters, drippers, foggers is for hydration and humidity. It's all about watering your chameleons. So we need to make sure that our chameleons are staying hydrated and that their humidity levels are in the correct ranges. So the way that we can check if our chameleons stay hydrated is not by actually seeing them drink, but is by checking their urates, which is the white cream part of the chameleon poop. As long as that is 50% or less of an orange color, then you know your chameleon's staying hydrated. You want it to be that white cream color. A lot of people will freak out if they're not seeing their chameleon actively drinking, and so then they will over-mist or over-water their chameleon or get, a little freaked out of like, what do I need to do to make sure they're staying hydrated? Just deep breath. I do have an entire video on how to water your chameleon, so you can check that out up here. Otherwise, let's just keep talking about all these different pieces. So the way that we hydrate our chameleon is through the use of the misters, foggers, and drippers. The other piece is the humidity level. So the humidity is the percentage of moisture in the air, something like that, which can be measured with a tool called a hygrometer, and that will tell you the percentage of humidity. So every species of chameleon is going to have slightly different humidity ranges that it's going to need. So now that we understand humidity and hydration, we can then use different tools to make sure that our chameleons are in the correct levels and are being properly hydrated. So the mister is going to be an actual spray producing water droplets. You can do this through a manual pump mister. You can even get a spray bottle from the dollar store. I personally love and recommend a Mist King misting system. It is the number one misting system on the market. No other misting system compares to them, and honestly, I wouldn't even recommend the other ones that you're seeing on Amazon and stuff. Just invest in the Mist King. It is worth every single penny, I promise you. And of course, I have discount codes for places that carry the Mist King, so you can at least save yourself 10% off. So take advantage of my shopping list to check those out. So that is the mister. The reason why we use a mister is to increase the humidity as well as provide opportunity for our chameleons to drink. So you will use your mister primarily in the morning and the evening. We try to avoid misting during the daytime because we want to avoid hot, humid environments. When your heat bulb is on, it's going to be warmer inside of the enclosure versus when your heat bulb is off. So the general recommendation right now is to mist 30 minutes before your lights turn on for 2 to 4 minutes and 30 minutes after your lights turn off for 2 to 4 minutes. Now what that's going to do is give that spike of humidity in the morning, and hopefully that can maintain throughout the day, and then we'll go down at night, and then you'll spray again, and you'll have that spike of humidity, and then that'll maintain throughout the nighttime. So that's typically what we use our misters for. And like I was saying, chameleons don't usually actively drink, but that's what we have our misters for. Now foggers are going to be kind of like a smoke machine, a fog machine, if you've seen those. So it's going to be more like fog rolling in versus an actual spray water droplet. It's more just going to be moisture within the air. So because of that, we don't want to use our fogger during the daytime because remember, we're trying to avoid hot, humid environments. Instead, we will use our fogger at nighttime. Now, not everyone needs a fogger. I would say everyone needs some sort of mister. Absolutely, that is a requirement for owning a chameleon. Now, the fogger is optional. The reason why I say it's optional because if you live somewhere that's already pretty humid, we'll use Florida for example, a state that's known for being humid, then you probably don't even need a fogger. In fact, maybe you only need to mist once a day in order to get your humidity levels where they need to be. Versus if you live somewhere, say like Colorado or the UK that's notoriously known for being drier, then you probably will need a fogger in order to get that humidity levels up to where they need to be. So then you would use your fogger at nighttime to get the humidity levels up higher because our daytime humidity, for example, will be around 50 to 60% for a panther chameleon, but then it needs to be 70% or higher during nighttime. So you can accomplish this through your mister, or you can use your fogger and have that go off for about 15 minutes every couple of hours or as needed. Because what works for you might be totally different than what works for someone else or what works for me. I personally don't even use a fogger. I know that's a big surprise. I don't use a fogger. If I'm being honest, the humidity in my reptile room sits around 50% by itself just through using my misters. Now imagine if I used a fogger on top of that, then my daytime humidity is going to be way higher than it needs to be. So I've actually been able to get the levels and ranges that I need just through my mister. But if I live somewhere that was super dry, then yeah, I probably would need to use a fogger to get those levels where they need to be. So the point is that misters and foggers have different purposes. Your mister should be used during the daytime, but not in the middle of the day, right? Remember, mornings and evenings. And then your fogger is used for nighttime, like in the middle of the night, throughout the night. And that mister is going to provide the water droplets for your chameleon to drink off of. The fogger is going to increase your nighttime humidity, so then your chameleon is able to breathe in the moist air. Imagine if they're, in a rainforest in Madagascar, they're sleeping, and that morning fog rolls in, then they're breathing in that moist air and are actually getting hydrated that way without actually having to drink off of the leaves. And that's called naturalistic hydration. So that's what we're aiming for. That's the difference between a mister and a fogger. I would encourage you to watch my video first on how to water a chameleon. Then you're welcome to leave me a comment. Or better yet, you can book a video call with me and so we can chat one-on-one and I can offer you custom, personalized, detailed feedback. Because again, what works for me is probably going to be different for you. It's probably going to be different from the next chameleon keeper. So if we can chat one-on-one, then I'm able to give you custom, personalized feedback. And that's always available in the description box. You can book a video call with me. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give a thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so you know I post a new video. And you can follow Neptune and all my chameleons on social media at Neptune the Chameleon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Foggers and drippers, foggers and drippers. Hydration and humidity. Did I touch that? Dang it.